Alrighty guys, here we are. It is time to launch your first Facebook ad. And this video, just a warning, might be a little long, but stick it out with me. We're going to get through a lot. By the end of this video, you should have an active Facebook campaign going on, thus the first official start of your dropshipping career publicly. So we're also going to add that video that I was talking about onto your homepage that we haven't yet, if you've left that blank. So this video will be a doozy. I expect it to be an hour long, maybe a little more. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find a video for your product. And this should have been part of like your product research. It's not too big of a deal if you can't find one. You just might have to wait a little bit because you're going to have to order that product to make your own video. It really doesn't have to be anything unique. Just try to make it kind of as less salesy as possible. Like, salesy is so out the window now. There's so many advertisements. The most successful Facebook ads are the Facebook posts that seem like they should be on the timeline, and they don't seem like buy me, like they just seem natural in that timeline, and that's what gets shared the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in Tetris iPhone case, and let's see what pops up. So I'm gonna go ahead, just like use the preview, see if you're gonna even waste your time doing it. That one doesn't look good. Okay, this one looks a little good. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so that video is basically all in one right now because they even had the shop now call to action at the end. So I'm actually going to save that in another tab, and I'm going to go through and make sure that that's the video I want to use, because this is the video is also very important. That's the fourth most important thing for sure. Just making sure you have a attention grabbing video, and I like how it says Tetris iPhone case right at the start like that. Alright, so let's go back. Definitely check out all of them. See what's popping. Alright guys, so I actually just found an awesome video right now. This is gonna be great. Like, this looks awesome. I mean, it just shows people all over like doing it. It has a great start like this, like unreal. So I'm definitely using this one. That's for sure the video I'm gonna use. That looks amazing, and I'm gonna show you now what to do once you find the video. So we're gonna go ahead and do, I think it's online video converter. And here's the thing, this might not work by the time you see this. Like, it's like YouTube's really cracking down on people extracting videos from YouTube. If it doesn't work, just Google like convert YouTube video to MP4. Don't bother like asking the group. I've seen people ask the group like, I can't, online video converter isn't working anymore. What should I do? Just Google it. Like, you're gonna find your answer way quicker Googling it. And that goes for most things. Like, if you have a question, just Google it first, you know, because you're going to be able to see many different answers right away. And then if you can't find any, then you can ask the group, and then I'll respond or someone else will respond, and you'll get your answers. So just think about time efficiency here. All right, so you're going to come to onlinevideoconverter.com or keepvid.com or whatever you're trying to do, and you're going to do convert video link. You're going to paste that video link right there. Right, once it's done doing that, you're going to go ahead and click download. Don't do anything besides this little pop-up. Like, Online Video Converter loves to give you these like deceiving ads that are definitely viruses. All you want is that video, and it's downloaded, and that's all you want. You can get the hell out of there. Okay, so in this video at the front, it says buy best. So the people who actually made this video has their name on it. So what we're going to do with that is go to iMovie. If you have Mac, I'd recommend using Windows Movie Maker, or honestly my favorite thing, and the thing I miss most about Windows, is how I don't have my Sony Vegas Pro 12. There's just YouTube ways to get Sony Vegas Pro 12 if you want to take that risk. I can't recommend it myself because of legal action, but I use Sony Vegas Pro 12 so many times. Like, I've made over 300 videos on that thing, and I love it. That's the best program. But for now, I am just using Movie Maker, and if you don't have a Mac, I mean, you can just use whatever you want. It's very simple editing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and find that video I just downloaded right here, and I'm gonna drag it right into my timeline. So first thing I'm gonna do is get rid of the Buy Best logo right at the front, and I'm actually gonna start it at the Get Bored with Your iPhone, just so it'll stop people's attention just with that text. And then I'm gonna look through this right here. Whenever, wherever, okay. And then just go ahead and review it and make sure it looks good. Alright guys, I just looked at the video and it looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and publish this now. And something I wanted to point out is you really want to try to make it under a minute, just in case you do want to take the ad to Instagram. Instagram only allows 59 seconds. And then just overall, any ad that's over a minute is usually like high ticket sales. You really want, like, people's attention span is so low. They're just scrolling through their timeline. They don't want to watch an ad for 3 minutes. So this is just something cool right off the bat. But yeah, we're going to go up here and we're going to do extract as a file, and we're going to make this the Tetris iPhone ad video. And then save it at the highest resolution you want. If your video is not in at least 720p, don't bother with it. Go ahead and find another one, just because quality is big. So I'm going to go ahead and render this. Alright guys, so now my video is all rendered and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and actually add that to my shop first things first, just to get that out of the way. And the way you got to add it to your shop is you're going to have to go to Vimeo, and you're going to upload it via Vimeo. YouTube might hit them with an ad before they even see your video. Vimeo doesn't really do that. So go up here to Vimeo and click upload. And you have to join with an account, so just join with Google or whatever you... Alright, so I actually signed up with Facebook since that was the easiest. Now you're going to choose that file that you saved, not the one that you already... Like, this is the video, where is it? Alright, so I actually saved my video on the wrong place, but make sure that the video you choose is the new one, not the video you downloaded. So like the video you just rendered on iMovie, you're going to go ahead and choose that, and you're going to initiate that upload, and then just keep it like Tetris iPhone case or something like that. You need to click the go to video right here, and then you're going to want this link. And then you're going to go put that link into there. And then for the heading, it should say today's deal. So see how it defaulted to this like tons of different texts right over my product. I don't really like the way that looks, so I'm going to go ahead and create the thumbnail now, and we're going to need to do this for your ad later. So it doesn't, you're going to have to do this anyway. So go ahead and find that video, and you're going to make a screenshot. I'm just going to go ahead and actually, I'm just going to choose something around here to choose for my thumbnail. I think, honestly, this crisp, clean shot of it is going to look best. Now, what I want to make sure you guys know is that any screenshot you do, so I'm going to screenshot this right here, make sure that there's no text in it at all, or Facebook will definitely penalize you for that. They don't like any thumbnails with text in it or any photos with text in it. And there's an actual text editor thing that you can upload it to. I'll leave the link in the description of this video so that you're able to do it yourself. But if you don't find it for some reason, you can just Google Facebook text test. And then you're going to see this text overlay tool. And you're going to take that thumbnail and you are going to upload it to them. And then it'll give you feedback to see if they'll throttle it or not. It's a really cool thing, actually, so you're not wasting money. See, text image okay, so we know that is okay with that. So now we're going to go back here and we're going to upload the custom thumbnail that we just grabbed from that video like this. And then since it's a white background, now we're going to go and we're going to change this text color to dark. And then just use your best judgment. Like, this one's going to be a little hard. It's not a deal breaker if it looks a little weird like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it with the dark, and I'm going to click save. And then again, most important thing of all, every time you do a save, go onto your phone, because with this theme, Shopify won't show you what it looks like, what it actually looks like on mobile. So when you go to mobile, you're going to be able to see what people see when they go to your website. So yeah, that looks really crisp. That looks really clean. You can see our websites are coming together very well right now. And then go ahead and click that and see what pops up. And then they're gonna have to click play again. And you can see the ad is looking fire. So everything on the website looks good. I'm still waiting for the guy to respond to me about downloading the timer on, but it's okay since we're just doing engagement here at the first part, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so I actually just messaged Herify again. They said that they're going to be able to do it for me, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and launch this ad. Now, what you want to do is come to your Facebook page right here, and you're going to go ahead and click upload video, and you're going to find that ad right over wherever you saved it, and you're going to click open, and it's going to upload. So Facebook now makes you put a title on it, so I'm just going to do Tetris iPhone case for the title. And then for the description, keep it short and sweet and use one emoji. Don't add tons of emojis. That gives off a salesy vibe now, ironically. Just use one emoji and just be very clear. So I'm just going to be like, the most unique iPhone case on the market. Get yours now. 60% off. I'm gonna say this is the most unique iPhone case on the market. 60% off for a limited time only. And then to find emojis, just type in whatever emoji you want, or you can just go to emoji keyboard. And you can do it this way. Usually, like, any of these will work. Oh, that's how it disappeared. Like, any of these will work, but usually I just like to type it in. So, like, emoji, hand pointing right. And then you can go right here and just copy it. And then you're going to put your website, onedealgang.com. So I just put, this is the most unique iPhone case on the market, 60% off for a limited time only. I made a little bracket here. I'm not committing to that all the way. It just depends on if Facebook will show someone scrolling through the entire thing, because you want them to see the actual, link when they're scrolling, because you would not believe the amount of messages I've gotten on my dropshipping business about people asking how to buy this iPhone case, or commenting, how do I buy this, or like, how much is it? Like, there's just people in this world you gotta start to just understand and come to grips with, that don't understand Facebook ads as much as they're in their face. So it's always good for them to just see the link, so that those questions, and even when they see the link, they're still gonna ask those questions. It's a little frustrating. But I'm going to go through. I actually like this one right here. I'm not going to use that one that I screenshot before. The thumbnail really doesn't matter. It's just about pleasing Facebook with the thumbnail, because no one's going to just look at the thumbnail. They're going to watch the video. Yeah, so go ahead, do that, and then click publish now. And so now we're going to go ahead and wait for your video post to process. Alright, so once it's processed, it'll look something like this. Next, you're going to want to go again to your actual phone, and you're going to want to find the Facebook page. So One Deal Gang, and you're going to want to look. Okay, so right here, that looks beautiful, right? Like, you can see the entire link. You're separating the call to action from the short description. I think this is for sure ready to just be advertised. So let's go ahead and do that. You're going to click on the Facebook thing right here, and you're going to click create ad. Now, when you do this, a lot of people don't understand this part either. When you do this, this is very important. See how it says Scotty Dropship up here? Or it's going to say your name. Do not, make sure, I'm telling you, do not put anything under this personal account. Everything should be under your business account, One Deal Gang. It's going to mess up so many things if you start doing ads under your personal account. So make sure you're doing that. And like I said before, we're going to start with the engagement. So go ahead and click engagement, and you're going to do the name of your product plus engage, so you know that this is the engagement campaign. Tetris engagement. And now you're gonna, okay, so That's weird. It says set up ad account. I think this is gonna ask for like your credit card now. So I'm gonna click set up. You're gonna go United States, US dollars, or whatever you're using. Click continue, and then you're gonna proceed like this. Now I think we will have to enter your credit card in at the end, or maybe we're gonna have to do that before we launch it. We're gonna see right here. Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and do it right now. So go ahead and click that settings, business settings up here. Make sure you're under One Deal Gang, and we're gonna go ahead to payment settings, and you're gonna click add payment method. Right here, just go ahead and enter your credit card or your debit card or your PayPal or whatever you want, and then click continue. Now what they do is, what they make you do is when you go here on your ad manager and go to business settings right here, but you're gonna come here and you're gonna go to payments, and then you're gonna add a payment method, and that has to be in your business settings right here. Once you do that, it's gonna be all good to go. Now, when you make a page, you have to go up here to settings, and you gotta go to page visibility, and you gotta click page published. I have never in my life ever seen that happen before, okay? So now it should work. Just be sure to go into that settings and click page publish. All right, so now we're gonna go back and we're actually gonna click that create ad again, and now we should be set to go. So go here, we're gonna do the same thing that we did last time, click engagement, and then name your campaign. Tetris iPhone case. Click set up ad account, click continue. Ad name, this is gonna be broad start. So just make sure that you say something about start so you know that this is the first one. Broad start, we're going broad here. And then we're gonna add the big five. So United States, Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia. So add those 5 countries, and then we're gonna come down here. I think it's safe to say 18 through 45. We're just gonna do all genders, because that's like rational. You know, you don't want to get too specific and too biased with your own mind, but you want to be at least a little rational about it. So 18 to 45 I think is a good number. And then detailed targeting. Before we get into this, since this is an iPhone case, I'm gonna go to edit placements. I'm gonna make sure that we're only advertising to mobile, and I don't like to do anything but Facebook feeds and suggested videos. So we can go ahead and get rid of all of this. We're gonna come down to iOS devices only. We're gonna get rid of that, and then we're gonna type in X, iPhone X, and then we're gonna fill in every single iPhone that we sell for. So 6, 6S, 6S Plus, 7, 7 Plus, 8, 8 Plus, and then we got the X. Okay. All right, so just right there, we were able to get it down to 91 million. You really want to focus on 2 million per country. So, you know, 10 to 20 million on this first broad start, because this is just very broad. 10 to 20 million is good, because right now you're trying to find the country that you're going to be targeting, and that's it. So really, you're focusing on, we're going to launch this broad thing and let Facebook pixel and your pixel do its thing and find what country it's performing in. Then we're going to go all in on that country, and then we're going to run that for a couple days, and we're going to see what age groups, what gender possibly it's performing best in, narrow it down a little more, and then based on reading the analytical data, we're going to see if we should proceed to link click, proceed to add a cart, or cut it all to general. So just for this, since it's an iOS device, I'm doing all this, and then we can come back here, and we're going to definitely need to make that a little smaller, because 91 million is a lot. So one thing I like to do right off the bat is type in online shopping. Online shopping, that brings it down to 65 million. So these are 65 million people who have an iPhone, who are seeing this on an iPhone and have been known to online shop. But we want to get that number down a little more. So we're going to go and click narrow audience, and I'm going to do engage shoppers. Now what engage shoppers is it's anybody who's clicked on the shop now button on Facebook's So these are people who are shown to online shop and shown to actually trust Facebook ads because they've shopped on Facebook ads before. And these two, just use these as your guides, as like go-tos if you need to get your audience smaller. If the audience is already perfect size, I wouldn't recommend doing it. But doing this, like my product is so broad that I'm going to need to get that number down. I already know. So I'm actually going to now narrow further, and this is where my actual interest comes in. So I know that these people, I mean, this is a Tetris iPhone case, so now you can literally advertise to people who are interested in Tetris, and then you can use suggestions. And these suggestions, depending on what product you have, are gold. Like, always use the suggestions after you type in 1 or 2, because these are going to be just killer for your targeting. So I'm actually there. I saw a lot of Tetrises, so I'm going to do Tetris right here again, and I'm going to do Tetris. All right, so like I was showing you, I really showed you those first two. I kind of did that backwards. You really want to use those two, like I said, when you're trying to narrow down your audience and get it to a smaller number. I typed in all the Tetrises that I could, and it's only gotten to me 640,000 people. This right here alone would be a good audience to do once you find your target audience. But for now, we're trying to make it a little broader so we can get more data into that pixel. So I'm actually going to add something right here and put it all into one, which I normally don't really do. But since this is such a niche product, it seems like I'm going to have to do it a little bit more. So I know anybody who's interested in Tetris knows Pac-Man, so I'm going to add Pac-Man. They're definitely going to like Game Boy. I mean, God, the case itself looks like a Game Boy. So that got it up to 1.7 million. Super Nintendo, let's see, that gets up to 2.7 million. Just Nintendo in itself, that got up to 3 million. Let's see, let's try to keep this really, really specific. Let's see if I can add anything more like Game Boy. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, yeah, these are all great. And then I think finally I'm gonna add Nintendo. And that's going to get us to 7.5 million people. I think that's a good range for a good broad start. That means that when we do narrow it down to a country, I'm assuming a lot of those numbers are coming from the United States and the United Kingdom. I think those two will usually perform. Those two usually perform the best. I think that's going to be the case here again. We're going to go ahead and see. So yeah, I'm a little bit under that 10 million mark, but it really doesn't matter too much. That's still a large audience for them to sift through. Now, the ideal audience is 2 million, except for your broad targeting. That's a little more lenient. We can do like 5, 10, or 20 million. Anything over 20 million is a lot. And you really got to take into account, now that I'm speaking out loud and thinking about this, that like Australia is pretty small, Canada is really small, New Zealand is pretty small. So the 2 million per country rule is a little not correct, so don't follow that. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and just take that back right now. Just try to put it somewhere between 2 million and 10 million people. I think that'd be the perfect number for Facebook. So 7.5 million in 5 countries. I think that's a good start. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed and just start with $5 a day. That's all you need. Don't do less and don't do more. $5 a day is what you want. It's perfect. So go ahead and click continue. Oh my God, see, okay guys, I'm even a victim of this. I just did all of this and I realized that my ad account was the wrong one this entire time. So now I gotta go back and do everything I just did under that ad account. So you can see from my own fault that even I'm a victim of this. Always make sure you're on the right ad account. I can't believe that just happened. And finally, we have arrived to the moment where we could actually choose the post and send our ad on its way. So you're gonna go right here, make sure you click use existing post, and go ahead and click select a post, and then click that recently that recent video that you uploaded. Make sure it looks good, and then this is important right here. So you want to add a call to action now so that when you do proceed, you're going to always have that call to action. You can't add the call to action later if you don't add it in the engagement era. So go ahead and click that, do shop now, and then put in your website URL. Click update post, and doesn't that look beautiful? Doesn't that look beautiful? So all that looks good to me. I'm not sure why the thumbnail looks like that. That's not my chosen thumbnail. Oh, I see. Yeah. So I did have a different thumbnail. I'm gonna go ahead and change that, save it, and go ahead and click confirm. Okay, so now what it's gonna do is it's gonna send it over to Facebook, and they're gonna look at it, they're gonna review it, and then since new accounts, it sometimes takes like a couple hours. Like my actual like one deal at a time account, that takes like seconds, just because they know I'm a trusted guy. But at the beginning phases, it might take a little bit longer for them to review it. But just sit tight, wait for it to be approved, and you should be all good to go. Now, what I will say is, it's very important that you don't even look at this ad for 3 to 5 days after it's approved. And a lot of people want to like judge it after the first day or the second day or the third day. You really want it to go 3 full days at the minimum, preferably 4 or 5, before you make any decisions, because it takes Facebook's ads 7 days to optimize. But you can tell 3 to 5 days in, you can basically see where it's going to go, and then you can just scale it from there or narrow it down from there or whatnot. But that is the end of this video. Good luck, guys. I'm sorry that we ran into so many complications. Just use your mind, use Google, use Shopify contact, use the Facebook contact, and then if none of that works, use the Facebook group, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We have a great active community there. Thank you guys so much for sticking through that. I've been doing this video for over 2 hours now, just because of how many complications there are, but it was all worth it in the end. You can see firsthand, I have the same frustrations you have sometimes, so don't get frustrated. I mean, that's coming from me, but please don't get frustrated. Just be cool, calm, and collect. Just realize there's a process, follow the steps, and it should all be good. This is the end of this video. See you guys later.